14, boy, 14 days until the presidential election, and renewed hope that a second stimulus package could get approved by the end of today. But is it false hope? Is it true hope? And if it's approved by the end of the day, when could it become a law, or could it derail in the Senate under Mitch McConnell? These questions and more. Additionally, my opinion of the situation, and this is a blockbuster broadcast of 28. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning. Hope you are good and safe. I really appreciate you for tuning in for the special broadcast of 28, which counts down the final 28 days before the election. We're now at day 14, 14 days away from the election. Boy, and we're also just about 200,000 for followers away from 300,000. So go to the front of this channel, subscribe. We're going to get to the finish line and get over it together. Also, like this video. In this video, I will be going over really what you should anticipate, not anticipate, and see unfold today between Mitch, Nancy, Steve, and Donald, and also Mark Meadows. Additionally, I will be going over really an interesting facet about what's happening today in the Senate. Not tomorrow, but today. Additionally, as you may recall, this video is recorded early in the day. It's recorded about 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so things may unfold by the time in which this broadcast is uploaded at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, and if they are, I will try to update you accordingly. If not, I'll pick it up on afternoons LLA. All right, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as we sit here today is that Mitch McConnell is going to be doing something today, and that people are really not clear what that thing is. It's not a lobster. It's not a pot bill. It's not chasing the postman around, but it's something. And it's a bill. And it's a vote. Just whose money, and is it your money? If you tuned into McConnell versus Trump last night, which was a big hit, I pre-warned you that Mitch may be after your money, your EO money, your executive order money. Remember, there's $800 billion that's unaccounted for. Well, it's accounted for, but unused, that the president can use for executive orders. And Mitch McConnell is doing a bill today that sort of sounds like he may be after that money and want Congress to use it for another round of PPP. If it sounds ridiculous, it is ridiculous. This is PPP money that people didn't want to use the time before, and now he's trying to give it to people who didn't want it the first time to use it again. They didn't want it the first time. How about you give it to people who do need it and do want it, which is for stimulus checks, MSC, hashtag MSC. Well, Mitch gave more remarks overnight and this morning, since morning's LLA's broadcast, in which he suggests that he's putting something up for a vote today. What is the vote? Really unclear. The pre-election sprint, says the Hill today, says Republicans hope that they can draw contrasts with the Democrats and suggest that they were to blame for not giving you stimulus packages and relief. Quote, we believe in it. We believe it's a bill that represents the views of Republicans and Democrats that are attacking Republicans for not doing something on this COVID-19 virus, says John Thune, the number GOP senator. What we're basically essentially saying is it works for us. Again, publicity machine. What you're going to see in the Senate is not something that's going to become a law. It's a pushback to say, hey, we're not responsible for no COVID-19 relief. You're responsible, the Democrats. Republicans are having to play defense in a growing number of traditional red and purple states. Sound familiar? Including Kansas, Alaska, and South Carolina, and they're sounding the alarm that Trump could drag down the GOP majority. Senator Ben Sasse, who's a Democrat out of Nebraska, who's in a safe red seat, says that he's worried about a bloodbath in the Senate come this November. Trump fired back and said that Sasse is a person who really doesn't have what it takes to be great. But on Monday, Trump started a rift between him and Republican senators when he called Fauci a disaster, and people were tired of hearing about Fauci and all these idiots. Well, Senator Lamar Alexander, who's retiring, said Fauci is one of the country's most distinguished public servants, and if more Americans paid attention to his advice, we'd have fewer COVID-19 cases. This is a Republican saying that about the president. Well, it's that type of mismessaging as you sit here today that you understand why a lot of senior Trump administration aides and campaign aides are saying, get on message. Get on message. Message is stimulus. Message is stimulus. Message is the economy. Message is talking about what you're going to do going forward. In recent days, a series of reports have said that the president has been not laser focused on what it needs to get reelected, and laser focus is the economy. He leads all major polls as we sit here 14 days from the election on dealing with the economy. One, because he's seen as a person who did well before the COVID-19 hit, and two, the economy was doing well before the COVID-19 hit. Third, there's new questions about Biden and a new report today that says that people in certain states that make over $400,000 a year would be taxed upwards of 60%, the highest tax rate in 35 years. So all those would play well into Trump's hand if he did play that hand, which is talk more about the economy and do more with the economy, executive orders for second stimulus checks. And that's why the Purple Power has been push, push, push to get this president to understand the importance of an October surprise, a round of executive orders tomorrow when Nancy Pelosi potentially closed the door today, rather than focusing on Hunter Biden and a laptop and Rudy Giuliani. Let me explain to you what's going on. What's going on is in recent days, the president has not talked about executive orders. The president has not talked about giving you stimulus relief other than saying Nancy's to blame, Nancy's to blame. Well, how about you? What are you doing? What the president has been doing at major campaign stops is really appealing to his base and not appealing to undecided voters, talking about scandals. Not talking about stimulus. Scandals over stimulus does not get yourself reelected. And ultimately, what senior aides have been indicating in a lot of news reports is that the president needs to get on a message about stimulus right now. And the way he does it, my opinion, and your opinion, and the views of the Purple Power, is executive orders. Today, we will find out whether Nancy Pelosi shuts her door, literally and figuratively, by the end of the day, because you didn't give her exactly what she wants. Her way or the highway. That was an expression I've been reporting on this channel for upwards of several weeks. I also said we're close to the finish line. In the last 24 hours, Mark Meadows has said Nancy Pelosi saying it's her way or the highway, and we're close to the finish line. You think someone's watching this channel? Well, watching is one thing, Mr. Meadows. I admire you for tuning in, and I admire you for your service to this country, but I also admire you to get into the president's ears and tell him, do executive orders tomorrow. Mr. Meadows, do executive orders tomorrow, because today Nancy Pelosi may ostensibly shut the door and her deadline. And then what do you have tomorrow? You have 24 hours before the last and final presidential debate. It is exactly the time to announce MSC, multiple stimulus checks, executive orders, $800 billion of unused PPP money in the first and third rounds of PPP money that the president has done before, and should do executive orders by repurposing the money for multiple stimulus checks. How much does it cost? $300 billion for one round of $2,000 stimulus checks. So $600 billion would be a $4,000 stimulus check. American people are owed it. They are owed it. And you know what makes this even a better October surprise? I mean, we're going to play dirty. Let's play dirty. What makes this an even better October surprise is the interviews that your opponent's VP running mate, Senator Harris, said. She said that $1,200 is not going to cut it. Well, her party's putting up $1,200, actually putting up $500. Senator Harris said one stimulus check is not going to cut it. Her party's putting up one stimulus check. Senator Harris said we need $2,000 checks, multiple months of stimulus checks, 2,000, at least 6 months. You know what you do? You do exactly what Senator Harris said and do bigger and say, Nancy didn't even do what her own party said to do, which is $2,000 every month for 6 months. It's been 6 months. It's $12,000. I don't have $12,000 out of $800 billion to give you. I have $4,000. But if you reelect me, I'll give you more stimulus. Here's $4,000. Reelect me. October surprise, Wednesday morning, and announce it, Mr. President. It makes so much simple sense. The question is whether Mark Meadows will get that message to the president, where Steve Mnuchin will understand that messaging, and where the president will understand the messaging. He has the constitutional authority. He has done it before. He has repurposed FEMA money for the purposes of unemployment. And to tell you the truth, who's going to challenge it? Nancy? I mean, who's going to challenge it? Is there enough time to even challenge it? The mere announcement of it would make the difference. The poll numbers across the board are not good for this president. He needs an October surprise. He's currently down in all but 2 swing states. Not going to cut it. Not going to cut it. The rest of the states where he is ahead are 1 percentage point, so it's within the margin of error. Ultimately, if you believe polls are wrong, okay, but he's down 8%. It's not like he's down 2% or 3%. Um, Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was slamming Mitch McConnell all day yesterday. But Mitch McConnell yesterday and this morning, minutes ago, said, you know what, I'm going to do a bill today. What bill are you doing today, Mitch? Tomorrow, which is today, and Wednesday, the Senate is going to vote. Well, what are you voting on today, Mitch? We will see whether our Democrat colleagues in this chamber agree that families deserve nothing rather than something, or whether they're ready to let the Senate make law across the huge areas where we do not even disagree. What is the bill today, Mitch? Now, Mitch, of course, is playing a card well, but not playing as good as he could. He should have had stimulus checks in his bill today. It's ridiculous he does not. If he says that there are areas which we do not disagree, well, a stimulus check is not an area in which you disagree. So you should have included it. Durbin says, I can tell you that they're getting the hell kicked out of him for this hearing on the Affordable Care Act, and America's going to go through this coronavirus on the impact of the economy. McConnell wants some symbolic effort before we leave town before November 3rd, said Senator Dick Durbin, Schumer's number 2 Democratic in the Senate, Illinois. McConnell, in turn, said to reporters last week, the administration's willing to go to a bigger bill. My members think $500 billion highly targeted is the best way to go. Ultimately, Mitch McConnell is not saying the president's bill is bad. He's just saying, I like my bill. Mitch McConnell has said that he would do the Problem Solvers bill. Lindsey Graham, Republican, says that he thinks 1.5 is a better bill, not Mitch's bill. And then there's Susan Collins, who's getting a lot of flack because she's up for the run of her life. She may not get reelected. Republican out of Maine, and she said $500 billion is not enough, but she would support it as a starting point. I think I would like to vote for anything to get the negotiations started. Okay, this is perhaps why she's not getting reelected. She's saying to get the negotiations started. Honey, they started negotiations back in July. Where have you been? Chasing a Supreme Court nominee? We need to get the negotiations underway. They have been underway, honey. I can't believe she's saying these type of things. To get a relief to American families and to healthcare providers, municipalities, schools, she said during a debate against Democratic Senate nominee Sarah Gideon last week. Wow. Finally, my opinion. What is my opinion as we start the afternoon? My opinion is the following, that there is a lot that could really still happen. There is literally in the news cycle, generally supposed to be one news cycle per day. But when we talk to second stimulus, there could literally be 5 news cycles today. You could literally see 5 events change by the hour. That's why I'm recording all day long. But my opinion is it's important to remain informed. And informed means that if Nancy and Steve have a deal, that doesn't mean the president has a deal, but you presume he does. Next, if Nancy and Steve have a deal, that doesn't mean that the GOP in the Senate has a deal. Third, if Nancy and Steve have a deal and the GOP want to vote on it, doesn't mean the vote is going to approve it. Finally, the big one is, when would the vote occur? My opinion across the board is that Nancy and Donald collectively do not want the vote to occur before election night. There's 2 reasons why. One, if the president is not reelected, do you think he's going to give stimulus to Joe Biden and help Joe Biden's economy? No. That's my opinion, is no. You may disagree. Second, do you think Nancy Pelosi is going to want to have the president have a law passed on the eve of the election when he has no message going into election night about the economy and that he's all over the place? Do you think she wants him to have a law passed on the eve of the election, as opposed to saying, we have an agreement, but we'll vote on it after the election? I don't think she's going to want the vote before the election night. So that is my opinion of the situation. And hence, I also say my opinion is executive orders. Purple power, do your thing. Purple power, they are hearing us. They're hearing us loud and clear. You're owed multiple stimulus checks. And it's important that everyone hears you, and they really do. Keep it professional, keep it respectful, and keep it honest, because Democrats are hearing you. Senator Harris should be hearing you. You should be tagging Senator Harris. Tag her, tag her, tag her. Tag her members of her staff and say, hey, where are our multiple stimulus checks? You're the one who wrote the bill. How about Senator Sanders. Don't forget Senator Sanders. He's not going anywhere. He's not being thrown out of Congress. He's staying there. He wrote the bill as well. Where's Senator Sanders' position on multiple stimulus checks? And why would Senator Sanders agree to one stimulus check under Nancy Pelosi's bill when he wrote the bill for multiple stimulus checks? It's been 6 months since Senator Sanders wrote the bill. 6 times 2 is $12,000. Do you think he thinks $1,000 is going to cut it? I don't think so. This is Senator Sanders. He usually doesn't flip with the wind. He usually stays right to the point. So get those people tagged, push, 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 and I will stay with you as well. It's going to be a big day, and there's a lot in store for us across the board. Go to Friends Channel, subscribe. Subscribe because we're going to get together, and we're going to get focused, and we're going to stay focused. And ultimately, whatever Nancy says, whatever the Donald says, whatever she says by the end of the day, you're not going to be stressed out about it because it still may not be the finish line, and it still may not impact, well, it definitely won't impact your push for executive orders. Also, like this video. Coming up next is Afternoons LA at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Stay with me for that. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay with LA for more.